My name is Zach Blackerby, and I believe in Auburn recruiting again. Hey! Wrong video. I am so sorry.
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into Locked On Auburn, your daily Auburn Tigers podcast. I'm your host, Zach Blackerby, and thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. Happy Charlie Tuesday to all who celebrate. We're joined by Auburn message board legend, the Charlie 5, hanging out with us. Are we back? Is Auburn back? We discuss that later in the show, as well as who could be next to commit to the Auburn Tigers. But Jaquez Wilkes, Auburn obviously landing his commitment yesterday. This commitment, I think it restored hope in a lot of the Auburn fan base as far as, okay, if you can get a guy like this, one of the top players in the state, On3 has him as a top player in your class currently. I just think it gives you another guy to point to. Sure, you had Hezekiah. No question about it. Hezekiah Harris was a key guy in this class. But now you've got multiple guys where you can say, you are the core of this class.
We talked about this the other night. I feel like, yes, Auburn's added 7 or 8 commitments over the last 2 months, but you really haven't had that blockbuster yet. You know, you've had a lot of guys that I think are going to be solid, like they could project to be really good 2 or 3 years down the road, but you've yet to really add that showstopper guy that like makes everybody kind of turn their heads. And I was like, you got to get Wilkes committed. That could save everything. That could get everybody, back moving in the right direction. And they finally pulled it off. And I think it has. I think it's like, hey, regardless of what has been said about Auburn and NIL and rev share and this, that, and the other, they sacked up and went and got a top 100 player. And I don't care where he's from. I don't care what classification he is. The kid's a player, and I'll take every 6'4", 220-plus pound dude that can run side to side, forward and backward. I'll take as many of them as I can get.
Yeah, I was asked a question on another show last week. What position group do you think is most important for Auburn in this specific class? And I added the caveat that I'll probably say this almost every year, but I said defensive line. And there's some discussion exactly like how Wilkes is going to be used, especially early on in his career at the college level. But most places list him as either defensive end or edge. There's some folks that view him as a linebacker just because of what he does at Wadley, but he literally does everything at Wadley. The stat of the day this morning that I posted, he rushed for like over 300 yards in the state championship game. Like, it's insane everything that this guy is capable and able to do. But defensive line, you can't win games unless you can rush the passer and win in the trenches. Wilkes helps you do that. End of discussion.
Yeah, if that's where he ends up, I think he's good enough to play anywhere. But Auburn's recruiting him as a linebacker, so I think that's probably where he's going to start. I thought the same thing.
Linebacker and edge though is so like some of it's semantics, right?
But I thought the same thing about JJ Falk that we're talking about right now. I thought JJ Falk
bring him up
from the get go, edge. He's playing stand-up linebacker. That's where he's working out at. Maybe DJ Durkin has an eye for these guys that are likes these guys that are 6'4", 220, 230 pounds that can run side to side. Who was the big Mississippi State had a big middle linebacker? What was it? Watson was his last name. He was 6'4" plus.
Deshaun Watson.
Not Deshaun Watson.
That's not it.
They called him Bookie. That was his nickname. Bookie Watson. Nathaniel Watson. They've had other big time middle linebackers. Maybe DJ Durkin likes.
Hey, look at you knowing your Mississippi State linebackers, my guy.
I know, it's kind of crazy. I just pulled that out of nowhere.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a comp guy. I like comps.
You are a comp guy. The linebacker room is interesting. You mentioned JJ Falk. And then then on the other side of it, you got Bryce Diaz, where it's is he a nickel? No, they walked him up. I mean, just a versatile guy. It's all over the place, which is what you've seen Georgia do. I mean, ever since Kirby got there, it's like, yeah, don't know exactly what you are, but you're a really good football player, and we'll just deal with it later. And I am 100% okay with that.
1,000%. You're talking about Bryce Diaz. I've been told that guy is kind of like Riddick from last year.
Yeah.
He may not have a every down role, but there's got to be a role that you come up with to get him on the field because he's freakishly athletic. So again, get as many of those guys as you possibly can and figure it out. Just get them in the room and figure out. If you got to put him on the edge, so be it. If you got to bulk him up and slide him inside, so be it. The kid's a freak. Like, get as many of those as you can.
Yeah, and the timing makes sense for him to be at edge early in his career. It does kind of seem like Auburn's going to go in the portal at edge like most years. I think they're going to have to in December. I mean, assuming everybody goes pro that can. But you're going to need somebody on the other side of with Amaris, and I know you've got some young guys that will step up at that point. But so I mean, I think he's got 2 years to develop really into what he needs to be. I think as a freshman, he'll have some sort of role just because I think he's too good not to, assuming his frame can get to where he needs to be. Something that Brian Smith has talked about, host of The Portal on this show a lot, is kids like Wilkes who play basketball as well. Sometimes in the offseason, they're lighter year round than they typically are because they're running all the time. It's just a different sport. And this is the kind of guy that he said he sees all the time where like they quit playing basketball and they don't lose all that weight.
Shoot up. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're, 250, 260 and they're ready to go.
Yeah. And I assume he's going to be an early enrollee. So probably no basketball season to worry about this upcoming year. Yeah. So yeah, he could be a guy that from December to August of 2026 could easily be, 200, like you said, 240, 250 pounds, if that's what they want him to be. Like if he gets here at spring and maybe he's not quite as agile enough to play middle linebacker as they thought, he could easily bulk up and they can slide him down.
So, I mean, just to put a bow on this conversation, I don't think Wilkes is the most important player in this class, but I think he could be the most impactful.
I would say at this point in time, he may be the most important. Just based off of the way recruiting was going and needing that blockbuster guy to kind of build back the confidence in a lot of things, not just the fans, but I think the whole Auburn recruiting process. I think it's very important at this point in time. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about you could possibly land guys like Braylon Womack at the end of August, like a 5-star safety. So there's still some big dogs out there left for Auburn to get after.
No doubt. So who could be next? Who are these big dogs? We tell you in just a second, right here on Locked On Auburn. Today's show brought to you by our friends at Game Time. Game Time's the best place to buy tickets. Kyle, real quick, hit me with a list of all the places that you'll buy tickets other than Game Time.
Oh, let me think. Nowhere.
Okay, that's the list.
That's the whole list.
Yeah, because Game Time, they've got the price match guarantee. If you can find a ticket with the same row and section cheaper elsewhere, they'll match it and beat it for you because they've got that price match guarantee. You can also get views from your seat. I love that you can toggle the all-in pricing feature, and so you're not blasted by fees and stuff at the end. You know what you're getting into right away. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. I'm in Ohio. Nice. There's a cat in this house, and I felt it as soon as I stepped in. I'm like, I'm dying.
My eyes on fire.
I popped 2 Benadryls right before. I'm hoping I could time it and then fall asleep right after. I should have taken them a little earlier. They're not kicking in. I sound awful, very sniffly. So sorry. What I'm not sorry for is being excited about the future of this recruiting class.
Yeah.
Jace Matthews committing on the horizon somewhere. Yeah. Auburn's in his top 4. You look at Deron Parks, another guy. Seems like it's Auburn or Ohio State for the interior offensive lineman. And then you look at Womack, Braylon Womack, 5-star safety. It seems like Auburn's trending there, just kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And if you can get all those guys and Wilkes in the span of like 2 weeks, you can't really ask for much else.
No, and then I'll throw another one in. Caden Johnson, the athlete that's committed to Texas A&M, who I think
tight end. Is he a tight end at the next
level? He plays
level?
quarterback in high school. His dad his dad is Spencer Johnson, who played defensive line for Auburn. Another guy, dominant lower level state of Alabama athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a run that you could go on. If you add those 4 guys between now and kickoff, you're back into the top 20 conversation. Overall class. Like we go from 80 plus in June to in the top 20 in a span of 3 months, 2.5 months. So I think once that happens, everybody will kind of be able to settle down a little bit. You pop off Braylon Womack, who I think you got a sister here playing softball. They love Hugh Freeze, Mississippi folks. I think that in and of itself would kind of.
He sounds like an Auburn Tiger to me.
I mean, he does. He really does. Every time he talks about Auburn, it's big stuff. And you're going up against Ohio State, who they want him. They want him to be their heir apparent to Caleb Downs. He's a good player. He's
fantastic. I mean, you just think about what that safety situation would look like next year. Caleb Harris coming back. Sylvester Smith probably coming back. And then you got Winters and Fagans. It's just like, goodness gracious. Once again, we say it before, like this is what stacking classes look like. And, Auburn's has a chance to do that 3 years in a row, 3.5 years in a row, if you want to count, the guys that they got right when Hugh was hired. But Jace Matthews, I think, is the most intriguing one. I know he's not the highest rated one, but very talented receiver, another Mississippi guy. I was hearing it was pretty much close to done months ago, and then it just didn't happen. And was that due to, offers with, Auburn waiting for all the August 1st stuff? And I want to jump more into that in a second, Kyle, as far as like, could Auburn potentially already be pivoting? I think we could speculate on that, but he wants to come to Auburn, and I'd put him in the same bucket as a lot of these guys where Auburn got second and third for. Yeah. Where it seems like they want to go to Auburn. And at the time we were talking about like, you got to show proof of concept on the field, but now it seems like it's more rev share and NIL based than proof of concept. But I'd put him in that bucket of like, if Auburn can put a competitive offer, I think he wants to come to Auburn.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, and by the way, Jace Matthews is rated higher than Jaquez Wilkes. So he's the 83rd.
Not Womack, correct?
Not Womack. Womack's like as good as it gets. He's like top 20 player. Cool story about Jace Matthews. I told this on another show. His cousin is Dante Moncrief, who was a wide receiver for Hugh Freeze. So there's that connection. And this is the really cool story. Yes. Yep. His mom played high school basketball, and Ruthie Bolton, her jersey's hanging in the rafters. She helped start that high school basketball program. So they've always been a big like Auburn family over in Mississippi. So that's why I agree with you 100%. I think it's like, if you can just get in the parking lot, if you can just get in the ball game, as far as money goes, I think he wants to be at Auburn. And it'd give you another top 100 prospect. And I listened to your show with Brian, and I completely agree. I think Jace is one of the more polished, one of the more like legit wide receiver prospects maybe in this whole class.
Brian thinks, and Brian's been watching him for years. Brian's like, he's the most underrated guy. He's not ranked high enough.
Yeah. I mean, Rivals has him as their number 2 overall wide receiver in the whole class.
Yeah.
So he is, his film is electric. And to me, he just looks, go ahead.
Well, and some of it is like, what type of receiver do you value more than others? Like, I like the big outside receiver more typically. That's why I really wanted Sedarian Morgan. And I don't think Auburn's going to quit recruiting Sedarian Morgan. This guy's not that. Now he's dynamic. He's athletic. You could do so many different things with them in the offense, but sometimes those guys do rely on scheme. And I think if you have, the massive, the AJ Browns of the world, just to bring up, or Cam Coleman, let's just go even present day, Cam Coleman, they bail you out. They don't need scheme to help them. They can just body guys. So some of it, like when you talk about ranking receivers, I think some of that depends on which type of receiver you want to value more. So a lot of that at the top is subjective.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously love the avatars. I love getting the big, 6'5" guys, but I really like those 6'1", 6'2", 200.
Disgusting. Did you see that?
No, I missed it.
I got to edit that out. That was awfully gross.
I heard it.
Gosh.
No, but I like give me 6'2"
avatars, like just massive humans,
like creative players, like the creative players. I love those. But I mean, give me 6'2", 200 pounds, and you can run. I'll take as many of those as you can give me. And that's Jace Matthews. That's Sam Turner. That's Duke Smith. I mean, that's these guys they're athletes, but they're still over 6 foot and can make plays after the catch and still be able to be a little bit long enough to body guys like you mentioned. Yeah, I love this kid. I think he's big. I think he'd be big for Auburn.
Yep, no question. So Jace Matthews, I think Deron Parks is fascinating too. Once again, I think he likes Auburn. I think he wants to go to Auburn.
Doodle.
But what?
They call him Doodle. That's his nickname.
Really? Deron Parks, his nickname is Doodle?
I think that's correct. Deron Doodle Parks.
Got it.
I don't know where to go with that, but I just want
to come down to like, does Ohio State have a spot for him or not? That's kind of what this feels like to me.
Sure, it does. I think it honestly is probably more. I don't think they have a spot. I think it's going to end up being Auburn and Florida State. So I think that's going to be like your
which he's more important to Auburn than he would be to Ohio State.
Yeah.
But I do think I think Auburn led for the majority of of his recruitment, and then Ohio State got involved, and it's like they just won the Natty. You got to listen to them. I'm in Columbus right now. Funny enough, but I don't know. Auburn's a lot better town. I'm just letting you know.
Doodles,
putting that out there.
That's definitely. I was right. That's definitely his nickname. Doodles. They said it in the.
You confirm that it's Doodle.
Doodles. Apparently, it's plural.
Doodles.
Multiple doodle.
Got it.
You go from toodle to doodle. How about that?
I'd rather have the offensive lineman. I'll say it.
Give me the dude in the trenches. I want both, but I like
if both is the option, sure, but I'd rather have the O lineman.
I'll always default to a nice girthy offensive line.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, 100 times out of 100. Yeah.
Are we back?
Feels like.
Are we back? That's next, right here on Locked On Auburn. Thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. And hey, you ever check your bank account and you're like, there's less money in here than I thought because I spent too much money on groceries, deliveries, online shopping. We've all been there. Monarch Money can help you. Question, Kyle.
Hit it.
Is Monarch Money a budgeting app?
Yes. No.
It's not just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center, your own personal.
I was going to say, I thought it was more of a financial command center than it was a budgeting app.
Yeah, but I didn't ask if it was a complete financial command center.
You didn't. It threw me off.
I didn't ask that. Head over to monarchmoney.com right now. They've got so many different features. It's like I've had all of these other features in other financial and budgeting apps before, and it just combines them all. When we talk about Wilkes, how we can do everything on the field, that's Monarch Money. Wow. Monarch Money is a Jaquez Wilkes.
Send Jaquez Wilkes the check. Monarch Money. It's a perfect
NIL opportunity there. I'm just saying. Take control of your finance with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Code LOCKEDONCollege for half off your first year. Thank you so much for making Locked On Auburn your first listen every single day. And thank you for being patient with me today. Thank you so much. My computer's telling me it's about to die. I mean, I'm falling apart here. I'm falling apart. If I just disappear, wrap up the show for me, please. So when
absolute
you when we talk about all this, I mean, we've had the same conversation 20 times since Hugh Freeze and John Cohen at these different ambush events have talked about their strategy when it comes to how they feel schools are supposed to navigate in this rev share world. I personally think they're wrong. I've said that before. We'll see. Not worried about it because Cohen talked to us, the night before they all talked to media days. And when asked like, hey, are they ready to pivot if it doesn't go that way and the clearinghouse, does whatever they're supposed to do or not. And his answer was kind of awesome. It's like, Auburn's willing to do whatever it takes. It's like, let's go. That's exactly what we all want to hear. That's fantastic. And I believe them because I don't think it's a money issue. I just don't feel like they can get the money to the guys. And so if they feel like they can, I think they're going to throw that out there. So do you think this flurry of momentum that's been sparked over the last few weeks when it comes to Auburn on the recruiting trail and what's coming maybe in the next week or so, do you think Auburn's still operating the same way or have they slightly pivoted if you had to guess? Because it's not August 1st yet. That was kind of the date that they threw out there.
I think they're still operating the same way. I think they just have committed. I think these guys, I talked a few weeks ago about low-hanging fruit. I think these are guys that you felt good about having a shot with, and maybe you're dedicating a little bit more of your resources that you know of. There could be some after August 1st that you could pivot to and go even higher. I think they're just still I think they're still operating in that the way that they feel like they have to operate now. I just think these guys are priority, and they were gonna have the money to make it work for these guys no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like they've got to prioritize guys right now. I mean, no question.
Yeah.
And they've picked up kind of some of the low hanging fruit, but they've also kind of missed on some guys that felt like they had. Like the Puma kid, I thought he was coming here.
Yeah.
Marquez Daniel, I thought he was coming here. Obviously committed to Florida. There's a few others. Devin Carter.
And also desperate times sometimes call for desperate measures. Like I think Auburn was feeling a little bit desperate up until just a couple of weeks ago. And you got to have some kind of momentum. And Hugh Freeze I think he's probably pulling his hair out as far as just like sitting here on my hands waiting. So, hey, let's go ahead and get one. Let's get something done. Let's get a plan together to get something done. I still don't think they're venturing too far out there because you're not hearing new names yet. Like, why would you not already have –
good point.
Like, why are we not Ernest Rankins? Like, I think that's one as soon as they feel like they can go get and feel comfortable, they're going to probably go try to get him from Florida State. Like, there's names out there. These were always constant. There's not any new ones like, hey, Auburn's trending to flip so-and-so. They are trending to flip Caden Johnson, but I think that's more of a Texas A&M is probably about to take another tight end, and there's an Auburn connection there, and Auburn wanted to take two tight ends. I just don't think I haven't seen the extra names to make me think that Auburn's really pivoted yet.
Yeah, the pivoting to different names is interesting because you're right. Once again, I think these kids want to come to Auburn. It's just, to use Hugh Freeze's terminology, like they're way low. They've been way low compared to everyone else when it comes to offer. And it's like you may want to. I mean, I'm sure like a lot of us have gotten job offers where like, that'd be really fun. But it's like I can't live off of what that job offer is. Like it just doesn't make sense. But thank you so much. But no, it could be a similar thing. It could totally be a similar thing here. In fact, I think that's the most likely scenario. So we'll learn more. We'll learn more as far as all of that. One last thing. I mean, Auburn fans and Auburn Twitter and Auburn internet in general, we're all over the place. We are all over the place, and I love it.
Yeah,
like, truly, I love it.
We have to be the greatest.
All, like freaking out about the golf thing, and now
it's become the greatest meme. I mean,
it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. I mean, you got beat writers posting pictures of Hugh with the golf club, and you got people posting, golf gifs. And
I'm looking at a GIF right now that is, it is the George Bush Watch This Drive video, and it's like AI impose Hugh Freeze face on it. And I'm watching it on a loop and I'm dying laughing. It is so fun. And I'm so happy because I said, I hope that they lean in, everyone leans into the golf thing, because that's the best way. That's the best way to kind of shove it back at those people that are running their mouth. It's kind of like why I say bug, and when we talk about the barn and all that kind of stuff. It's like, we're just going to steal it from you and use it as something fun. So I love that they're leaning into it. I think it's hilarious. I can't wait. Your video was fantastic. Like the long putt that
a
he
listener
made.
sent me that. His name's Joe. He's like, thought you may want this. And I'm like, is this your video? He's like, absolutely. And I'm like, can I use it? He's like, anytime.
Every commit, you need to do that. Every time we have a commit, you need to retweet it.
Holding a fish, that's done.
Yeah.
Gone.
Never again. We're going golf from now on. I need a
those
Tiger Woods fist pump.
Let's go.
I need a good like Tiger Woods fist pump with Hugh Freeze's face on it. Like there's so many good ones. There's so many good ones.
I think it's great. It's so good. Kyle, how can people check out everything you've got going on?
Absolutely. You can find me at thebarnauburn.com. The recruiting chatter is heating up and we got you covered there. So jump in the conversation, and anywhere you get a podcast, you can find me, the Barn Podcast Network.
Yeah, please like the video. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time. This has been Locked On Auburn.